Okay, so we finally got all the memories. It took us like 10, 12 run-throughs. You had to have different, like the 10th and 20th floor had different people. That's where you got different deals. And they had like 3 different ones. It was kind of a pain in the butt, but all we got left now is do our Coliseum. So, we're probably, like I said, we're probably not going to be faster than any of them. So they're probably going to get to hit us first. I need to hit this. This knight's going to be the first one I hit. Like, first one I take out, because he's got that move that'll just kill us. Oh my god. But really, like, during this, while we're going for our platinum, I'm going to talk about, like, it's kind of like what I always think about whenever I'm going for the platinum of how I thought of the game. And I'll be honest, I like the game, which I like the first one. If you like the first one, this is basically, this will be right up your alley, just because it's the same, it's basically the same thing. Just a different one, and I like that you don't really have to play the first one to play this one. You can just play this one. Now, you will miss some of the, like, crossover, you know, kind of jokes, whatever you want to call them. You'll miss that, but it's not a mandatory you have to play it. I still don't like the gathering, like, the medals wasn't so bad, but that's because I gathered the 500 from the first one. If I had gathered all 700, I would not have been that happy this time. Like, I would have just been like, this is not fun. And it wouldn't have been fun. It really wouldn't have been fun. But, since I'd done it, I can see where, like, trying to get the medals is a pain in the butt. Some of the other stuff's a pain in the butt, too. Like I said, some of it's just kind of like, chores, basically. Basically what it felt like you were doing chores. And I don't feel like I'm doing chores while I'm playing games. But, as far as the story and everything, it was cool. I like how they kind of interwove it with everything. Like, from the first one, they kind of, you could see, like, the parallels and all that, so that was fun. So, the gameplay is still the same gameplay. If you like the gameplay from the first one, the second one's this one's just going to be just like it. That's really the best way I can put it, is this is just like it. But other than that, some of it I didn't. The side quests I still don't enjoy. Of course, I talked about it a lot during the playthrough. Is I don't enjoy some of the side quests that really don't have meaning. Like, they were just there, it felt like. So I didn't like that as much. But, it is what it is. I understand that side quests happen and stuff like that. What the heck? Why does he get to a... That ain't cool. Like I said, that's kind of what I talked a little bit about the Digimon. I wish there was a more variety. I think there was 240 in the first one. Now there's 320. So they added 80. I understand that they don't have all the abilities. I feel like they could got rid of the abilities if they didn't want to and just do the Digimon. That's kind of what I would like. What I've liked is that, oh my god, they're going to attack a lot, but I'd like that if we'd have gotten to have a lot more Digimon. I understand, like, Omnimon, Wargreymon, those, like, the favorites, but there are some other cool ones that have come out now, too. Even before this game came out, there was a lot of cool ones that came out that I wish they would have used. And that's kind of where I'm at, is I wish they would have used some of them, and we'd have been, got a lot more. I wish they'd had, like, 450, 500 Digimon. So I understand that that's a lot to do, but I feel like if you're going to do it, like, if you're going to make a second one, you might as well do some more. And it might be a deal that they do another one and have more in it. I don't know. I just felt like there could have been more Digimon in this. You got a few more, like the Susamomon's a cool addition. Armageddon. I think Armageddon one's an addition because I don't think it's in the first one. I can't exactly remember. I just wish there were some more Digimon. But, like I said, it is what it is. The story was really good. The ending was good. I really did almost cry during it because I thought, I mean, I'm glad she survived. I just was mad that she would no longer be, like, in the story, basically, because she was leaving. That made me sad. But it is what it is. I mean, it was a good story. So everything, it just was good. I'm not going to say it was great. It wasn't the greatest story that I'd ever seen, but it was a really good story for this. And that's kind of about it. Like I said, there ain't much to talk about like gameplay and everything because it's... If you played the first one, you knew what you were going to get with the second one. That's the long and skinny of it. You knew that the second one was going to be more of this, the same. And if you expected different, then I don't know what you were expecting. I mean, there is other Digimon, like Digimon Next Order is a good one that's not like this. So it's just, the gameplay is what it is. If you're not an RPG fan, and not a especially not a turn-based RPG fan, if you're not that, you're not going to like this game that much. It's just, that's the easy of it. And it is, I mean, it is a slow-paced game. I mean, like I said, with all the, not even the side quests, because you could skip the side quests and be done. But since you can't skip the red cases, and some of the red cases are kind of whatever, you're stuck doing them. And they are what they are. And it takes a while, and they just kind of drag. That's just what it is. I mean, it's a very slow-paced game, and I make it even slower-paced because I got all the 200 ABI on all the megas. If you didn't do that, because I think it has my playtime total from basically the first game and this one, I think it's like 240 hours, and I know it's about 120, 120, or it's pretty close to even split. And a lot of that is the training. I mean, if you don't like the grind of doing it and all that stuff, then I would suggest a different game, because this one, up to a point, you don't have to grind. But if you want to get the most out of it and do like all the side and get some of that stuff, you're going to have to do some grinding. It sucks, but that is what it is. I mean, you need to do grinding on it. And so other than that, I mean, really, there isn't much to talk about this game. I mean, the voice acting is the voice acting, just because I do like that they didn't try to do American voice acting like English voice acting. I don't know if it came across the same. I mean, of course, I didn't understand the Japanese voice acting, so it is what it. That is what it is, but I mean, as far as I was concerned, like the story writing and everything was good. I wish there was more of like the scenes, like whenever Arcadiamon popped out and all that. I wish there was more of those. Those were really cool and really well done. And I just wish there was more of them. Not to say like that I didn't want to read or anything. They were just really well done. Like I said, the visuals in this game are really well done. Those CGI scenes, or however you want to call them, were really good. I just wish there was more of them for some of it. Like, some of the big parts of it, I wish there was more there. I know you don't want to do it for every one of them, but we could have had something better. Or not even better, but just something more. And songs, of course, the music on it. The thing I really like about the music on this is that it's not... I didn't ever feel like it was overbearing. Like, it always felt to me like it just added, like the music never became the focal. It just was really good for what was going on. Like I said, it just never felt overpowering, but it just added. So it always felt. It's kind of like the heavy metal whenever you were dealing with you and all that stuff. Just really nice. But really, that's about it. Like I said, I really would recommend this game to people that were RPG fans. Even ones that aren't RPG fans, you might like this one if you're a Digimon fan, just because the Digimon will keep you in line. But if you don't like RPGs and stuff, and you're not a big Digimon fan, this game definitely isn't going to be for you. Like, you're not going to enjoy it. Like I said, because the slog, even at sometimes for me, being a fan of RPGs and Digimon, the slog at some points was even almost enough that I was like, man, I really, don't want to play this, because it's slower storytelling and it just is a build-up, and that's fine. It's some of the other stuff that's not included in the storytelling that just kind of makes me go, I don't really care that much about this, just get it over with. And I don't like feeling like that about games, because that means I'm going to stop playing them. I mean, I've played through this just because from the first one, from the ending, I was like, well, it's got to end decently, because the first one ended really good. And this one did end really good. Like, from about chapters 14 or 15 on, the story really picked up and got good. Before that, it wasn't anything to write home about. Like, before that, the story was just kind of like, we're going after our stolen account. Like I said, and then you kind of picked up pace, and you kind of got rid of all the useless side quests, and kind of got to do stuff. That's when it got good. And, I mean, like, that's as far as just playing through it, but for completion, man, this completion's been... Probably the biggest thing was the hacker rank to get to maximum. That's been the biggest grind, pain in the butt. I mean, because whenever we finished the story, I think I was like level 14 on hacker rank, and that was even with doing green cases before that. And so we were already like doing a lot of stuff. I think the total cases with, I think I said it in the last episode, but the total cases with the Abyss server case was 290 cases. That's way too many cases to be having to do. I don't think you should have had to do that many. And the thing about it is like the green case variety was very minimal. Like you were basically doing the same. I think it was like 12 to 15 cases would like go, and they were all domination battles. So then I said I love the domination battles, but I got tired of it. I mean, you do over 100 domination battles, you get tired of them. You're like, this is over with. I'm done with it. And it got like that. Like I said, the domination battles are fun, but they got to where I was done with them, and just kind of like I don't want to play domination battles anymore. But we persevered, got through that. Like I said, the medals aren't fun. They were never fun even in the first game. I mean, they're cool because you can look at them and they're like, these are cool medals to look at. But other than that, it just made me want more Digimon in the game. It's really all it did. And so that stuff, Mr. Nabbits were a cool deal to add. I mean, I like that they added those. I mean, there's another collectible find, but they weren't hard. I think there's only like 20 in the game, and they're kind of in your way the whole time, so you just, if you want to, you go to them and do it. Then there was the online stuff, which the online stuff, the thing I like about these games is that the online stuff you can do offline, like you can just play against computers. And I know that sounds like, oh, it's a cop-out, but some of these games, like this one's a little bit older, you can't find people to play. And if you do find them to play, there are people that are well-versed in, like, their teams are good, all that stuff. So they're harder to fight. But, like I said, we did that. it did. There was, I'm gonna say, probably just about the same amount of grinding in it and the first one for the, as far as the online achievements. I didn't feel like I was slogging through online achievements. It was pretty fun because the computers still offer a challenge. Like, they're not just like, oh, let me just throw a few in. They're stronger, and so it was nice. But other than that, like I said, the medals, of course, are probably the worst one. The hack rank, those make the completion, like trying to complete this, so much worse. Like, I just hated trying to complete those. Like, it was so bad that I had to make a spreadsheet on my computer so I could start marking off what I'd finally found. Like, it wasn't like, oh, well, I know I need this. There was just so much of it that I could not keep up. I mean, if I have to make a spreadsheet, then that becomes a job. It becomes a job to finish the game. So then I get the doing collectibles and all that, but I felt like it was an added, heck, I don't even know how many hours, probably an added 50 hours, if not more, because of how much we had to find. That was what, I don't like that, because it just feels like the creators are like, okay, we got this game, which, if you rush through the story, it's probably 20, probably not even 20, probably 15 hours. If you, like, can go through the battles pretty easy. It's not that, like, you're not going to have that much trouble. But by adding that, they just kind of were like, oh, we're going to make this a 50-hour game. Well, yeah, you made it a 50-hour game with all them, like, with all these collectibles that aren't fun. It just made it not fun. I mean, the battles were always fun. Like I said, the hackers, finding the hackers and all that in the side quests, those were fun. Like the 25, 30 quests we had for those, didn't have a problem with them. They were fun. They, you know, they were a little bit different. And once you got towards the end of them, those guys got really strong. And it took an action, like, you actually had to have your team ready. You had to pay attention. It was just something different. Like, and it was fun. But all the domination battles got to where it was just like, I mean, you learned how to beat them as quick as you could because you were trying to get to the most. And so that was one thing, but once you learned that and you were just kind of going through the motions, it got, like, you don't even have to get all the events for every person. You just have to get them for, like, one Digimon and one person for the trophies. I got so bored of doing that stuff that I got them for everybody. Just because I was so bored of just doing it with the same people. And that was, like I said, that wasn't okay. I did not like that one bit because I felt like it should be, like, each domination battle should have been fun. I understand that there's only so many domination battles, but then there wasn't, like in the first one there was at least, like, they lost an item or something. There wasn't any of those. There wasn't, they could have even done some territory captures on that, like some smaller ones, and that would have been fun. But they didn't do that. It was just all dominations. Said, at first, dominations are cool because it's a new way to battle. It's pretty cool. But then they start taking longer. I mean, you could do, I think I was getting down to where I could do 6 cases in the 20 minutes it took for my farm to find more cases. And that's fine and good until about hour 4 or 5 doing it, because, I mean, you're like, oh man, 5 or 6 cases, I'm doing a lot. Well, you gotta think, even if you do 6 cases, you've got to do that 5 times to gain 1 level. At 20 minutes apiece, that's hour and 40 minutes, and that's if you get those done in time. If you only do 5, you're looking at 2 hours for a level. And you're at level 14 before whenever we finish. So I had 6 of those, so I, you know, hours just sitting there doing the same cases over and over again, you get mad at them and you get tired of doing them. It just, like I said, it becomes no fun to do them. That's what it became. It became no fun. And I really thought, I'm like, well, maybe I should just do a New Game Plus and run through the story and do that. But I wanted all my cases finished, all that on one file. Because all I would have done was I went New Game Plus, got to level 20, never saved, then I just reloaded the old save file and called it good. But I really wanted it all to be on one file. Kind of, you know, my fault for looking for the pain, I guess, but I just felt like that was what I wanted. I didn't think that was any big deal, but it was, apparently it was a hard road. I mean, you'd play for a couple hours, I'd get a level, and then I'd have to stop because I'd get so tired of playing them. And that was just what it was, hours and hours of putting it into it. Now, the Platinum Trophy itself is not hard to get. It's just sitting there for that many hours doing it is what's hard. Like, the actual game skill, nothing. It's kind of like this. I mean, we're doing this one, which is probably one of the hardest parts to do in the game, is to fight this cup. But since we had put in hours and hours of grinding, these guys really aren't, I mean, it takes us a while, but they're not, like, just blowing us off the map. Like, it's not like we're having to swap and all that just to survive. I mean, we're doing fine. It's, like I said, so that makes the trophies not hard to get, other than the grinding trophies. When you do those, if you can get through the grinding trophies, there's no reason why you should do it. And I think I looked at the Platinum, it's only like, it's like less than 2% get it, and I get it why they don't get it. Because you get into the hours of case grinding or getting medals or anything like that, you just kind of lose interest in finishing it. I mean, even like whenever we did the gacha machines, I only had to do 3 this time. And it's a good thing I only do 3, because that first one that I did, I remembered why I hated gacha machines in the first one. I mean, you need 30. I don't know how many times I got done. Like, I'd put in 150,000 into a gacha machine, and have, you know, and that's like 500 medals, and I'd be missing one. And so I'd keep going. Well, that one I'd be missing would be like a 2-star rarity, where like my 5 and I think they had like a 6-star rarity. I would have those like 30 of them, and I'm like, well, this isn't cool that I can't get one 2-star medal, but I can get 30 or 40 6-star medals. You know, that's what made it where I was like, man, I remember why these suck. Because you're putting in money and you're just hoping. You know, and as much as the cases suck doing them for hours, at least you were doing something. Where the gacha machines, you were just sitting there clicking X and hearing that roll every time. And so that's whenever I started getting, like, that's whenever in my mind I'm like, okay, it did strengthen my resolve to go, I'm going to beat this game, because, and I'm going to get the Platinum just because I don't like what's happening, but I am not going to lose to this game. That's really what it got to be, is I was not going to lose to this game. I was going to get the Platinum, and we are going to get the Platinum. I said, all we got to do is finish out this cup, and we got the Platinum. And so that's kind of what we're doing. Like I said, I would still recommend the game as far as completion, unless you, I mean, it's not a hard one to get the Platinum, it's just long. I mean, it's not one of those that, oh, I'm going to sit down for a weekend and I'm going to do it. No. Like I said, I could have cut a lot of time off mine if I wouldn't have done the 200 ABI. If I'd have just done the 200 ABI to the 11 that I have in my party, we'd have cut off a lot of time. Wouldn't have been a doubt about how much time we cut off. But we wouldn't have been able to cut off time of doing the other parts of it. We'd have still had to do those parts. I mean, it's probably 60 to 80 hours to complete this, I'm going to guess. I mean, it's definitely up there in time to completion. Or, yeah, time to platinum. Like, not time to beat the game. Like I said, if you get a team together, I mean, like, even these three. If you get these three together early enough and you kind of get them to level 50, 60, you could probably beat the main story of the game. Even like the Gankumon, War Greymon, you know, something that's... you need a team that synergizes well. You definitely need that. So, but if you can get that team that synergizes well early, you're not having trouble with this game. And you can beat the story and probably get quite a bit of the trophies just in that amount of time. And not have a bunch of hours. But to get the platinum, I mean, it's like I said, it's not a I'm gonna sit down this weekend and platinum it. If you can sit down in a weekend and platinum it, applause to you. You probably had to stay up all 48 hours to do it. Or you got, I guess you get really lucky and get it, but I still don't think even that, because you still gotta grind all the cases. I don't even know getting really lucky would help. Also, we hadn't talked about this cup. I am getting annoyed by all the damn healing items they've used and all that stuff. It's been crazy these last two. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it is what it is. I enjoy it. Probably after I complete this one, I would come back and kind of jack around with some other Digimon just to kind of see how it is, but I would never go on another profile and try to platinum this thing. Like I said, after I platinum it this time, I'm probably not even going to platinum again. I could go New Game Plus and kind of jack around with some of the other Digimon and kind of do different teams and go through the story again, but never would I try for all the medals, all that stuff again. That's all. That's done. Like I said, I'll do it once, and I'll be happy with it, just not a second time. But with that said, I want to thank everybody for watching this. We still got some more to do. It'll probably be, I don't even know how long, but there'll be some more time of just gameplay. But that's about, I guess you could call it my review. It's not a very professional review. I really don't care about reviewing games. I just like to say what I think of them. And if people agree with it, great. If you don't, I'd love to hear what you think about the game, because I know everybody has their difference in what they like in video games, and I love to hear what they like, because I know, like, even in my friend group, there's a lot of them that like certain types of games that I do not like. Like, I just, to be honest, like, a big thing around my friend group is first-person shooters, and I like them. I'll play them, but they'll play them for a lot of hours, and I just don't sit there that many hours to play first-person shooters. They're not. If I have a choice between first-person shooters and a different type of game, I'm going to different type of game. That's really what it is. I'm not going to sit there and try to grind first-person shooters. I just don't like them that much. But that being said, guys, thanks for watching this series. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If y'all watched the first one and this one, I hope you enjoyed both of them. Guys, until next time, peace.
無理は禁物だ。無理は禁物だ。これを使おう。
それよ。
無理は禁物だ。
それよ。
いっけー。なんとかなったね。無理は禁物だ。これを使おう。
それよ。すまねえ。
これを使おう。 無理は禁物だ。これを使おう。
すまねえ。そんな。
よくも。
これを使おう。
よくも。
無理は禁物だ。
はあ。そんな。
これを使おう。
よくも。
これを使おう。
そんな。はあ。よくも。
無理は禁物だ。これを使おう。
行け。行け。
やっ
行け。
いっけ
おら。
そんな
これを使おう。無理は禁物だ。これを使おう。
行け。
はい。
これを使おう。
行け。
はい。
バトルスタートだ。
はい。
ビッグバンボーイ。
そんな
これを使おう。
お前はここで死ぬんだ。
そんな。
これを使おう。
ほらほら。
いっけ
ーやっ。
これを使おう。
ビッグバンボーイ。
そんな。よっかもう。
行け。乗れよ。行け。ビッグバンボーイ。
これを使おう。
お前はここで死ぬんだ。
これを使おう。
乗れよ。行け。It's a volcano shoot!
これを使おう。無理は禁物だ。
受けてみろ。
これを使おう。
行け。
無理は禁物だ。無理は禁物だ。
これを受けて立ち上がった者はいない。オルガニックドライバー。行け。
無理は禁物だ。これを使おう。これを使おう。無理は禁物だ。無理は禁物だ。これを使おう。
これを受けて立ち上がった者はいない。オルガニックドライバー。
無理は禁物だ。
行け。
無理は禁物だ。いっけ
ー。行け。
これを使おう。無理は禁物だ。これを使おう。
てい。
これを使おう。 これを使おう